with how to get a good expression from your horse.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I think that's kind of the foundation for, taking good horse photos is if the horse's ears are back or sideways and they just look sleepy and droopy or they look mad, that's not really ideal for horses. We like them to have their ears forward and a nice expression on their face. And I always say that having the ears forward is the horse equivalent to people smiling for the camera. So, how we always like to smile. I mean, we rarely do selfies where we look sad. And so the same applies for horses. We want to take portraits of them looking happy and interested and alert. And so getting the ears forward is kind of the first step for that. I have a couple of fun props that I use. And the first one is actually my phone. And there's an app that I'll hold up to the screen here, and it's called, I'll show the icon first if it'll show. It's the second one there is the best one. It's called Ears Up Selfie.
Ears Up Selfie.
All Ears Selfie, I guess it is, sorry. And it was designed actually as a camera. Oh, sorry, about all the reflections. As a camera that has horse whinny sounds at the bottom. And you could take a selfie with your horse and play a horse whinny sound because that puts their ears up. And because they think, where's that horse, right? And I just got to do a quick little technical thing to make the speaker work on my phone. So give me just a second.
Okay, so I'm looking it up right now. So it's for Android and for
iPhone.
Oh,
And since you always have, pretty much always have your phone with you, you always have the ability to get horses' ears up with the app. Now, the thing about horse whinny sounds, because I used to only do horse whinny sounds pretty much, is horses will get over it. They get to the point where they're like, I'm on to you, especially the really smart ones. They're like, I know that's not a real horse. I keep hearing that whinny and there's no real horse around.
I know that guy.
Yeah, some of them are just funny that way. And then there's some horses where I'm not even kidding you, for 2 hours, they will be like, where's that horse? Where's that horse? And I don't know what the differences are. I had a photo shoot for Farnham a couple years ago, and the horse, almost all day, was just ears up whenever we'd play that. It was near the end, the horse, we had to start doing some other things, but I mean, I think he went for 4 or 5 hours with giving us ears for the whinnies.
That's mean.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
So some other fun things that work for a good expression are a mirror. And I have this neat, it's acrylic, so it's not breakable. The horse won't, crash into it and, scar themselves for life. We like that. Horses find interesting stuffed animals like Mr. Sloth here. You have to kind of get closer, and I'll show a few pictures to kind of give you an example. But with this one, they'll reach out with a really lovely expression. What is that? A favorite of mine and all my assistants is.
Now, this one that's funny. I mean, these are things you can get at the pet shop,
exactly.
I guess.
Yep, in the dollar store. I mean, and this one, a lot of times if I want a horse to kind of look down at the ground with a curious expression, like a stock horse, maybe we want the head lower, I'll have my assistant squeak it and then throw it. And then when it lands, they're like, ooh, can I do something with that? A lot of horses, especially Arabians, I think they might train them with feather dusters, but feather dusters work really well too. And I mean, the list goes on. I've got a shiny pom-pom. I've got a pool noodle that I'll tap on the side of the barn. The trick is to just not do anything too much. I tell my assistants when they're playing the whinnies to just, once their ears are up, stop. Because I actually play it off a recorder so they don't have to unlock my phone constantly. So I have a Bluetooth speaker that just has whinnies on a loop. But if you leave it on for too long, they just get kind of dull. I will I'll share my screen.
So how do you prevent the horse from getting their ears up to being tense with the ears up? Because that's kind of a different thing, right? Then that doesn't look as nice. You get the really frightened almost
Yeah,
look.
a very up look. Yeah. So let me share my screen and I'll show you some pictures.
Okay.
And talk a little bit about how we got these expressions. Do you see my screen?
Yes, I'm showing your screen now.
Awesome. Okay. So the horse whinnies are going to tend to get you a little more of a wide-eyed look because they're a little bit scared at times. And some horses might be scared of the sloth, or they might be scared of, something. So you kind of have to work with the individual. But like in an instance like this photo, my assistant, I actually had to Photoshop her hand out of the frame and the prop out of the frame. But basically you just bring the prop up to the horse and kind of get them interested and bring them into the position you want them to be. And you get a nice, soft, interested look like this image. Or in this one, I Photoshopped out, I think, the rubber chicken in front of this beautiful horse. And so we just got him to reach his neck out beautifully. And the nice thing about baiting with these, fun little props is you can do a lot more specific placement of the horse's head. And here's another one I did this summer with a senior horse. And you just get these beautiful angled lines and everything when you can kind of bait them into the position you want and a much softer expression. And this is the expression I think you were talking about.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. So we're trying.
It's a little bit intense.
Yeah, I used to like this, and I still do in some instances. But nowadays, even if I capture an image like this, sometimes I'll Photoshop out the white of the eye to make the horse look a little less concerned. But yeah, these other kind of soft, low expressions are better to not use the whinnies, but to just really. And you can use treats. I don't like to use them heavily because it tends to make the horse kind of mouthy and antsy. But I like these curious expressions that they give when you use these fun props.
Yeah. So and it's not overly much, but I also that the way you have the horse positioned is really nice as well. It's just a nice flow of the spine and the depth that you get when you have the horse kind of not directly profile, but like I guess it's like a 3/4 with the neck bending around type thing.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite, standing portrait pose, because it shows a lot of the horse, but like you said, it retains the beautiful lines of the horse's body.
Yeah. So you've done a lot of photography. What's one of your most memorable photo shoots?
Oh man. Many years ago, I attended Cavalia here in Minneapolis, and they liked my images so much that they hired me to photograph the opening of their second show that they had, which was called Odiseo. And I flew to Atlanta, and for 3 days, I photographed the show. I photographed behind the scenes. And, as a photographer that really loves to stretch creatively, and I came out of the wedding photography world where I was very heavily documentary based. That experience was one of the most fun and exciting and challenging experiences of my whole career. It was really intense because it was low light and big action, but that was very memorable. I will never forget that experience. I came home from that. I couldn't even hardly put my bag in the upper bin because I'd been holding a camera for so many days. My arms were just shot.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Shelley. I really appreciate you spending some time with me here today and giving us these tips. It's great.
Well, thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun. It's been fun getting to know you. And I hope this is the start of our friendship.
Yes, me too. Oh, don't worry. I'm going to be a regular on your photography for sure. Yeah.
Good.
After I get my new lens, right? So
yes.
I'm heading out now. I've got to the stable. Yeah, there and back.
Oh, there we go.
So,
yes.
Yeah, I'm heading out and going to be taking some photos. So are you going to be doing that too today?
Yeah, I think I'm going to wait till sunset, and because Oh, actually, no, I'm not waiting till sunset. I have another idea. I am hoping to get out with my drone today. I have a drone, photography drone, and I did have a commercial license, and I let it slide because of COVID and everything. And so, but I can just make this personal picture, and then I'm totally within my legalities to do it. But I have a shadow idea because everyone's going to expect me to do a silhouette. And if my shadow idea fails, then I'm down with a silhouette at whatever 4:30 when the sun goes down now.
Excellent. Okay, so if you have any questions or comments, please send us or respond on this video. It's going to be, you can watch the replay and share it. If you have some ideas or know people who'd like to get some of the tips that are here, you're welcome to share this video. And last words, Shelley?
I don't know. Everybody stay well and go out and have fun taking pictures. That's what this is really all about, is having fun and making art.
Yes. Now go use this stuff and go hug your horse and take pictures.
Yes, go hug your horse.
Thanks now. Bye.